Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending May the 4th, 2022. Prices are headed in one direction and it's the opposite of up. I'll get into that in a minute with you. I want to talk to you about the mood in the field right now. As you know, I'm a full-time realtor. We work with buyers and sellers every day, and attitudes and moods are very different from where they were in January and February. Buyers, we find, are a lot more casual or a lot more relaxed in what they're doing. That sense of urgency is not there like it was before. So they're taking their time thinking about properties. Sellers, we find, are a little bit more confused. In their mind, they're often thinking of what was happening in January and February, and they remember their neighbor's house that sold in January and February, and there was lineups out the door and multiple offers, and everybody on the street is amazed of how much higher than asking it sold for. Well, those days are gone. They're not here anymore, and so sellers are just not necessarily excited about what's going on. And I mean, we could understand why, right? Well, it's so important that you're working with a professional consultant that's going to guide you through this, because, man, I mean, if you're selling, there's still some properties selling extremely fast or selling with multiple offers and doing phenomenal. And other properties are not, and it's so important that your listing does stand out with the right marketing and you have the right price strategy. We're seeing oftentimes that prices are trending here, but it's being listed here. And then as time goes on, and I don't mean months and months, I mean just a few days or a week, prices are trending this way, and then the listing price gets adjusted, but you're still behind the trend, and that just, you're going to sit on the market for a long time. So your realtor really needs to understand what's going on with pricing, not so much at you know the 10,000 feet level. Every realtor right now should know or knows or should know that prices have been trending down, but what's happening in your neighborhood? Do they know the real values in your neighborhood? Do they study the numbers on a daily basis to really understand what's happening out there? That's the realtor that's going to really work properly and understand how to get your home sold. And if you're buying, I can tell you what's working with us, with our buyers. Back in January and February, when we'd look at comparable properties and we're looking to put an offer on a property, we were wondering how much higher than the last sale is this property going to sell for. And we never knew that number, and many times, too many times, we were just amazed at how much higher it actually sold for. Well, right now we're being a little bit more aggressive with our offers, where we see the comparable properties that recently sold, and we're thinking, I wonder how much less it's going to actually sell for. And we're coming in lower than maybe we normally would, and we're winning on some of these. And obviously, our buyer clients are very excited that they're able to buy at that price. So you got to change your strategy with what's going on in that neighborhood and with the trends that we have right now. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, whatever's on your mind, real estate related, it's really simple. Below this video, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure my schedule's organized so we can talk about whatever's on your mind. And if you're looking to buy a detached property in the heart of Woodbridge, a 3-bedroom detached, we showcase our newest listing at the end of this video. Okay, let's get into the numbers. Oh, I almost forgot. Did you watch Game 5? Amazing games. The Leafs can go all the way. Check out Toronto Maple Leafs. Go Leafs, go. Okay, let's get into the numbers. I know some of you are really bugs when I talk about the Leafs. Here we have the quick summary. We've got, this is for detached properties only. we've got Mississauga in blue, the orange is Brampton, and the burgundy line, that's Durham. For Durham, I'm using Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. You can see price trends. Well, for Mississauga, and we'll get into this in more detail shortly, but it's pretty steady. But the difference in price, and these are average sold prices, between Mississauga and Brampton, there's a $500,000 difference in average sold price. And between Brampton and Durham, it's a $100,000 difference in average sold price. Let's start with Mississauga. We sold 48 detached properties in Mississauga. 13 were at $2 million or more. 48 it's not a lot of sales, but it's not that much lower than where we've been for a little while now. Average sold price did go up a little bit to $1,834,000. And if we just kind of take a step back for a little bit, I mean, we can see that we're way higher than we were last year at this time. We were, sitting in the, let's just say around 1.6, high 1.5s. We peaked at $2 million, $2,165,000. We were in a $2 million here. We've come down quite a bit to around 1.9, high 1.8s, and it seems that we're kind of hovering there right now, and it doesn't seem like it's fluctuated much from that. When we kind of look at it a little bit closer, we could see that, prices are a little bit lower, but really pretty steady when it comes to Mississauga, and the $1,834,000 is 25% higher than what it was a year ago. So, a quick summary is that for the last 3 months or so, prices have been pretty stable in Mississauga. So, average price is 25% higher than what it was a year ago. Median price is 18% higher than what it was a year ago. And similar, we're at 1.7, we're at 1.6. The median price has come down slightly, but 100,000 over the course of about 3 months. When we look at listings, of the 48 that sold, when we look at sales, of the 48 that sold, 60% sold at list price or more. We used to be in the high 80%, now we're at 60%. But year-to-date sales, when we look at January 1st to May 4th, we're more than a third less sales this year than what we were selling last year. 36% less sales this year. Listings are year-to-date down 20% year over year. For this week, we listed very similar to what we listed last year at this time. We listed 128 for week ending May the 4th. Active listings is a little bit higher to 331. And to me, I talk about active listings. Listings are one thing, but active listings tell me at the end of the week how many properties are actually available for sale. So leftover that didn't sell from the previous week or got listed this week and haven't sold yet. So as we see active listings goes up, it just tells us how many properties are available for sale. And when we look at months of inventory, that's really the barometer of supply and demand. Well, months of inventory is higher. We're now sitting at 1.6 months of inventory. We used to be here, we go February 0.4. We're now at 1.6 months of inventory. It's a whole different attitude in the field when it comes to buying and selling a 0.4 months of inventory versus a 1.6 months of inventory. Let's get into Brampton. Things are very different in Brampton for what's happening in Mississauga right now. So we sold 81 detached properties in Brampton last week. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold prices come way down from the previous week. Came down almost $100,000. We're sitting now at $1,349,000. Now, I can tell you one of the big reasons average sold prices come way down, it's because of the amount of property selling at $2 million or more. We sold only one. The previous week we sold 8. Previous couple weeks before that we sold 11 and 13. So the fact that only one sold at $2 million or more just brings the average price way down. However, if we look at the trend, well, we used to be at, a year ago, high 1.1 million, close to 1.2 million. We peaked at 1,600,000. It's been trending down as fast as prices went up November and December. They're coming down almost just as fast. So average sold prices, regardless of what happens on a week-to-week basis in Brampton, they're coming down quickly. We're currently sitting at 13% higher than last year's average sold price. When we look at the median price, it's 17% higher than what it was a year ago. But look at the median price. We were as high as 1.6, 1.5, and now we're at 1.3. It's coming down very quickly. So Brampton prices are headed downwards right now. Of the 81 that sold, 72% sold at list price or more, which is a big jump from where we've been the previous weeks at 60 and 57%. But sales year to date, 39% less sales this year than a year ago. 39%. That's a huge difference in sales. Listings are year to date down 16%. Active listings is up, and months of inventory is up from the previous week, sitting at 1.5 months of inventory. Let's look at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby. I'm using this as my Durham sample. We sold 71 detached properties. 2 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price has come down from the previous week. It's now sitting at $1,249,000. And again, looking back, we could see a year ago we were 1.1, just under 1.2. We peaked at high 1.5, 1.6, and now we're at 1.249. So it went up November, December, shot up, and now it's coming down quickly the other way. 1,249,000 is 11% higher than where average sold prices were a year ago. Median prices 10% higher than where they were a year ago, and you can see median price here. High 1.4 is 1.5. It's now at 1.185. 1,185,000 was the median price for week ending May the 4th. Sales were 31% lower sales year to date this year versus last year, and of the 71 that sold, 78% sold at list price or more. And don't make any mistakes here, 78% is still a very competitive market. Just prices are coming down, that's all. We listed 172 detached properties in Durham last week, and again, this is for Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby, not all of Durham. Active listings is higher. Listings overall year to date are 10% lower this year, and months of inventory is up slightly from the previous week. It's now sitting at 0.9 months of inventory. So it's still very much a seller's market, still competitive. Prices are still good. They're just trending downwards. That's what's happening. And when we kind of look back, February, we're at 0.2 months of inventory. We're now at 0.9. Big difference. Let's look at condos. We sold, now this is for all of Peel region, these condos. We sold 47 condos in Peel region for week ending May the 4th. 0, none of them sold over $1 million. Average sold prices come down to $666,000 for the average condo in Peel region. And same story as the detached market. As fast as prices went up, they're coming down quickly. 666,000 is 18% higher than last year's average price. So prices are still up year over year, but they are trending down. When we kind of look back, the blue, those are last year's average sold prices. This time and over this period, prices are pretty steady last year, but this year you could see that they're coming down. So average sold price is 18% higher than last year. Median price is 19% higher than what it was a year ago. And they're very much the same price, median price and average sold price right now. Year-to-date sales, we're 17% behind lower sales this year than last year. And of the 47 that did sell, 66% sold at list price or more. Listings are higher year over year by 5%. Active listings is a little bit higher, and months of inventory has been climbing steady now for weeks. We're now sitting at 1.8 months of inventory. We were at 1 or 2 months of inventory when prices for condos in Peel went absolutely nuts. But now it's been climbing, 0.5, 9, 1, 1.6. We're now sitting at 1.8 months of inventory. When we see the summary, months of inventory is up across the board. Still a strong market. It's not like it's fallen apart, but prices in most cases are trending down. Mississauga's been pretty steady, but everywhere else they're trending down, and in some instances trending down quickly. But there's still pockets doing extremely well where there's multiple offers. So as always, who you work with matters. Hope this information is useful. Check out our newest listing. It's I pointed down, but I meant right after this video, it's coming up. Have a great day. Bye-bye.